Welcome. Let's begin. Hello, everyone, and a really warm welcome to all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School. You can think of me as your AI guide specializing in modern hospitality operations and performance support, and it's truly a pleasure to be part of your online learning journey. We're all here to support your professional growth. So today, we're going to dive into a really powerful strategy, one that can completely define a guest's experience in, honestly, a hotel's success. We're talking about the art of the bundle.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. We've got 5 key areas we're going to walk through. First up, we'll tackle the challenge of choice that your guests face. Then, we're going to shift our mindset a bit from just selling products to actually providing solutions. After that, we'll get practical and look at a blueprint for designing bundles that actually work. We'll also break down the benefits, why this is a win-win, and then we'll wrap up with the key principles you need to know for success. Sound good? Let's get started.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the core problem that bundling is really designed to solve. It's all about navigating what's called the paradox of choice. So, is more choice always a good thing? It's a huge question in our industry. Of course, we want to give our guests options, right? But what happens when you give them too many separate choices? Well, it can actually lead to uncertainty, even fatigue. Your guests start to hesitate. They're not sure if they're putting together the best possible experience for themselves. And that right there, that's our cue. That's where we, as smart hoteliers, can step in and guide them.
And check this out, because the psychological shift here is fascinating. On one side, you've got all these isolated options. What does that lead to? Decision fatigue. The guest gets bogged down, focusing on tiny little components. But on the other side, when you present an integrated solution, well, that brings clarity. It builds confidence, and most importantly, it gets the guest to stop worrying about the pieces and start focusing on the big picture, the amazing outcome they're actually looking for.
You see, understanding that bit of guest psychology, that's the key that unlocks our next section. It's all about making a strategic shift, moving away from selling individual products and toward offering complete solutions. Honestly, this is such a crucial mindset for any of you who want to lead in the modern hospitality world. The term for this is solution selling, and it's pretty straightforward. Instead of just handing a guest a menu of services and saying, "Here, you figure it out," this strategy is all about focusing on the results they want to achieve. It means we have to understand their goals first, and only then do we present a beautifully designed package that gives them the complete answer they were looking for.
And that leads us to this key idea. The bundle itself becomes the solution. See, when you do this right, the package isn't just a random collection of amenities anymore. No way. It transforms into the answer. Every single piece has a purpose, and the guest can immediately see how it all fits together perfectly to create the exact experience they were dreaming of.
Okay, so that's the why. But what about the how? How do we actually build these amazing offers? Well, this next section is your blueprint for creating what I like to call elegant solutions for your guests.
It really comes down to 3 essential steps. Step 1 is to identify guest priorities. You have to truly understand the outcomes they're looking for. Are they here to relax, for a big business deal, to celebrate something special? Next, step 2, you've got to ensure there's synergy. Every part of the bundle has to make sense with the other parts. It has to enhance the whole thing. And finally, step 3, you have to communicate the value and do it transparently. The guest needs to know exactly what's included and why it's perfect for them.
Now, here's a really important warning. Please avoid what I call the arbitrary collection. This is what happens when bundles are created just because it's convenient for the hotel, not because it adds value for the guest. Those almost always fail. So the big takeaway is this. Every single component in your bundle needs to have a clear, logical purpose for the guest. If they can't see the logic, the value just disappears. So when you get this right, the impact is, well, it's huge. It's not just good for the guest. Thoughtful bundling creates a genuine win-win for both your guests and for the hotel itself. Just look at how the benefits stack up on both sides. For your guest, you're reducing complexity, you're boosting their confidence, and you're just making their whole journey smoother. And for the hotel, well, that translates directly into more efficiency, stronger loyalty, and, of course, revenue growth. And see that connection? The guest's great experience is what fuels the hotel's success. That alignment, that's the magic of a great bundling strategy. At the end of the day, what are we really trying to do here? We're trying to take all those separate little transactions, the room, the dinner, the spa visit, and weave them together into one seamless, cohesive experience. You're not just selling services anymore, you're curating a truly memorable journey.
All right, as we start to wrap up, let's just lock in the most important takeaways. Think of these as the key principles you'll need to really master the art of the bundle.
If you want to succeed with this, you've got to anchor your strategy in these 5 ideas. First, always be customer-centric. Everything starts with what the guest needs. Second, be transparent. Be really open about what's included and why. Third, stay flexible. You've got to be able to adapt your offers when it makes sense. Fourth, communicate clearly. And remember, focus on the outcomes, not just the list of features. And finally, think about value-based pricing. The emphasis should be on the incredible value of the combined package, not just on making it a discount.
So please remember, bundling is so much more than just a marketing tactic. It's a strategic bridge. It's what connects genuine guest satisfaction on one side with sustainable revenue growth for your hotel on the other. And when you get those two things to align, that's when you've built something truly powerful and beneficial for everyone.
So I'm going to leave you with a question to carry with you as you move forward in your careers. As a future leader in this amazing industry, what elegant, thoughtful, and truly valuable solution are you going to create for your guests? Thank you for your time.